Hi, welcome to the April 2021 Bourne Review. I'm Susan Barlow. First, some headline news and announcements. Concerts on the Canal series will be back this summer. The Chamber of Commerce announced that specific dates of the series are July 1st, the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., as well as August 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Specific performers for the series have not been announced yet. The series takes place in Buzzards Bay Park on Main Street, Buzzards Bay. The Chamber of Commerce announced that Cape Cod Canal Day will be held on September 18th in Buzzards Bay Park. The event was not held last year due to the pandemic, so this will be the third year it is held. The Save the Cape Cod Canal Committee held its kickoff meeting at Uptuxet on April 17th. The committee was formed to oppose the Buzzards Bay Coalition's proposal to put 3 to 10 million gallons of treated wastewater into the canal at the Mass Maritime outfall pipe. Mass Maritime is currently putting 77,000 gallons of only partially treated wastewater into the canal each day, without any removal of nitrogen. Nitrogen in wastewater kills eelgrass, which in turn kills shellfish and damages our bays. A petition was circulated and a temporary board of directors was elected at the meeting. For more information, find them on Facebook or email them at stccc2021@gmail.com. Our Board of Sewer Commissioners have announced 2 public meetings to discuss Bourne's comprehensive wastewater management plan, being prepared by the recently hired environmental partners. The North of the Canal Public Workshop is on Wednesday, May 26th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. The South of the Canal Public Workshop will be held on Thursday, May 27th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. These are Zoom meetings, and a link will be posted along with the agenda on the Town News and the CWMP web pages. You can attend either workshop. The purpose of the workshop is to introduce the CWMP process, provide an overview of watershed needs, and gather public comments centered around water quality needs. On May 14th, the Plymouth and Brockton bus line will be running the Airport Express again. Visit www.p/b.com for tickets and schedules. The Cape Cod hospitals need blood. Appointments are required at all blood drives. To make an appointment for an upcoming drive, please visit www.capecodhealth.org/give-blood. Anyone donating in May will receive an Amazon gift card. On April 19th, all Massachusetts residents, workers, and students ages 16 and over became eligible for a COVID vaccine. Now for our top stories. Special town meeting and town meeting was held on May 3rd in the gymnasium at the Bourne Middle School. Over 100 voters attended. Article 1 of Special Town Meeting passed unanimously in support of transferring $56,724.03 from free cash to unpaid bills from the previous fiscal year. 20 articles were presented at town meeting. Article 1 combined 6 motions into one article. They are the regularly required authorizations for town operations, and it passed unanimously. Article 2 for town budget. The sum of $71,735,576 funding the operating budget of the town and Bourne schools. The proposed budget represents a 1.53% increase over the current fiscal year 2021 operating budget. It eliminates the use of free cash as a revenue for the operating budget. The operating budget included the salaries of a new Human Resources and Facilities Director positions. Article 2 passed unanimously. Article 3 appropriated $1,357,223 for the operation of the sewer department. This represents a $200,000 and $218 increase over fiscal year 2021 and includes funding for a second sewer technician, a 2.5% increase in the operations fee paid to Wareham, and the costs associated with operation of the new wastewater treatment facility. The budget of $50,000 in sewer retained earnings to subsidize an increase in user rates. That was way below the $135,000 subsidy that was recommended by the Finance Committee. The article passed unanimously without discussion. Article 4, raise and appropriate money to operate the Integrated Solid Waste Management Program, ISWIM. The article passed unanimously. Article 5, to appropriate $2,737,510 to pay costs of the capital outlay projects, including police and fire vehicles, public works equipment, dredging, and equipment for ISWIM. The article passed unanimously. Article 6 asks for a vote to hear reports and recommendations of committees and town officers. This passed unanimously without discussion. Article 7, close out and transfer available balances in previous town meeting articles whose purposes have been satisfied. It passed unanimously without discussion. Article 8, appropriate money for Community Preservation Fund purposes. Steve Mealy questioned the allotment of $75,000 to the open space recreation reserves since all of the previous year's money had not been spent. This article, too, passed. Article 9, to appropriate $75,000 for the administrative and operating expenses of the CPC. It passed unanimously without discussion. Article 10, to move $476,000 from free cash to the Capital Stabilization Fund to help pay for large capital projects and to support the debt service budget for capital projects. It passed unanimously without discussion. Article 11, to provide $20,000 of funding for the Human Service Committee. The money to be transferred from free cash. The article passed unanimously without discussion. Article 12, provide $50,000 from free cash to the Special Education Reserve Fund. It passed unanimously without discussion. Article 13 had some of the lengthiest discussions of the evening. To exempt the Chief of Police position from civil service law. Charlie Noyes, our current Emergency Management Director and former Bourne policeman and former Chief of Oxford, Massachusetts, argued against the motion, saying he'd like to see a member of the Bourne Police Department rise through the ranks through civil service exam to chief. Current Board of Selectmen and former police officer Jared McDonald spoke in favor of the motion. He believes that without the civil service requirement, police could still rise in the ranks through the ranks to chief, and that taking the test did not necessarily produce good leaders or good managers. Town Administrator Anthony Schiavi argued that it would give us a wider pool of applicants to choose from, and that only 66 of the 140 police departments in Massachusetts have civil service chiefs. The article was originally thought to have been voted no at the voice count. But then Scott Froman went up to the microphone and said that just because people said loudly no didn't mean that they actually outnumbered the yeas. So could we have a standing count? It turns out he was correct, and the article passed 62 to 52. Article 14 is a private petition article requesting the town to authorize the Board of Selectmen to request Governor Baker and the state legislature support increased safety and security measures for the spent fuel at Pilgrim Nuclear Plant. The article passed. Article 15 is another private petition and asks the town to adopt a bylaw that prohibits the town from purchasing single-use plastic bottles. It wouldn't apply to public health safety operations declared states of federal emergency situations, or vending machines installed on town property. The article passed. Article 16 sought to amend the current bylaw language, wetland and natural resources protection. After much discussion on wording, the article passed. Article 17 sought to amend the current bylaw language that only allows the Conservation Commission to utilize the regulations on projects which are related to docks and piers. The article passed unanimously without discussion. Article 18 sought to amend language to the bylaws, Article 3.1, Public Safety and Good Order, Section 3.1.17, Hawkers and Peddlers. This bylaw seeks to regulate hawking, peddling, and solicitation of goods within the town. The article passed unanimously and without discussion. Article 19. This article will authorize the Board of Selectmen to propose legislation to amend the language in the law regarding the Cape and Islands Water Protection Fund to include the Bourne-Wareham Intramunicipal Agreement. The Cape Cod and Islands Water Protection Fund is a fund that was established as part of the short-term rental tax to provide funding for wastewater and clean water projects on Cape Cod. Bourne is a stakeholder in the Wareham wastewater treatment plant, but Wareham is not a participant in the 2.75% surcharge and therefore is not eligible to receive the funding. Steve Mealy was concerned this could endanger the 15-town agreement in the fund. The second point of concern raised by Board of Health member Galen Skip Barlow was that since no specific language was stated in the article, we don't know what specifically is being requested. The article passed 80-19. Article 20 is a planning board sponsored article that would change our zoning bylaw covering lowland regulations to strengthen our flood zone building standards to protect people and structures. It would make our flood zone regulations compatible with state and federal codes so that we may continue to participate in the National Flood Insurance Program. Daffodils Festival was held at Uptuxet on April 10th. It was a beautiful day and people turned out in droves to see the beautiful daffodils that were planted last fall.
Okay, hi everyone. Here we are at the museums at Uptuxet in Bourne. We're here for our first annual Daffodil Days. Here it is, our 100th anniversary of the incorporation of the Bourne Historical Society. And we're here, we've got a great turnout today and lots of daffodils blooming. We planted over 5,000 last fall and here they are. We guessed right on the day and everything. We have some vintage cars for a little car show here. The gift shop is open, the railroad station is open, and the carousel is open, not for rides, but for paintings. We have a craft show going on, and it's a beautiful day.
Election Day is May 18th. You can learn more about the candidates by watching Bourne TV's Candidates Forum, hosted by Bill Doherty. Visit BourneTV.com to watch it on demand. Amy Kular is running unopposed for town moderator. 5 people are running for the 2 selectmen seats. Incumbents Jim Potter and Jared McDonald are up against Finance Committee Chairwoman Mary Jane Mastrangelo, Sandra Goldstein of the Planning Board, and Jane Dumas Otis, a former Dennis selectwoman. Incumbent Barry Johnson is running unopposed for town clerk. Board of Health incumbents Galen Skip Barlow and Donald C. Uitti are both up for re-election without challengers. For the Board of Health, Barbara Pinciota and William Meyer are running for the late Kathleen Peterson seat. 3 candidates are running for 3 seats on the Planning Board. The 2 incumbents are Daniel Doucette and John G. Carroll. William Meyer is also running unchallenged for the non-veteran seat on the Board of Trustees for the Bourne Veterans Memorial Community Center. No one is running for the veteran seat. A possible write-in candidate could happen there. 2 seats are available on the Board of Trustees for the library with 4 candidates running, including myself, Linda Dupuy, Susan Schmidt and Jacqueline Tardif. 2 seats are available on the school committee. Running are incumbent Paul McMaster and Carrie McRae. The Recreation Authority has 2 seats available with 4 candidates in the running. Incumbent George Sala, Louis Gallo of the Planning Board, and John Columb and Christopher McCarthy. Incumbent Thomas Spence is running unopposed to retain his seat on the Bourne Housing Authority. Well, here's what's happening downtown. Mick's Main Scoop restaurant at Buzzards Bay Park opened on May 7th. Mick's is in a new building at the former location of the Cruatai restaurant, which has moved across the street. A new fitness center called Underground Fitness is coming soon to Main Street, and a new bike shop is moving into the old TD Bank building on Main Street. The Buzzards Bay Rotary Belmont Circle at the CVS is seeing some big changes with new stone walls installed in front of Job Lot and the Blended Berry parking lot and the A-Frame Liquors. This is part of the Complete Streets makeover project for this Rotary. Sidewalks with a grassy strip separating them from the street and crossing lights will be installed. This should be quite an improvement from the old Rotary.
Okay, my name is Doug Beasy, and I'm the owner of Bourne Bridge Liquors on the Rotary, where all the action is taking place with the DOT and the Lawrence Lynch, who is the worker for the DOT. Anyway, I was discussing the fact that the Rotary has some aspects to it that need to be addressed. I've been here 25 years, and I see cars coming out of Buzzards Bay Center at 40 miles an hour on a regular basis. Something has to be done with instead of having a yield sign, what they should put in is a blinking light, 25 mile an hour. It will slow traffic down coming into the Rotary, and the merger would be a lot better than it is right now. As it stands right now, the cars are almost racing against each other on the Rotary itself. I think this would be one aspect that the DOT should look at, or maybe the town. You don't want to back up traffic in the center of town, but you want to make it safe for people coming into the Rotary.
Here's an update on COVID-19 and the race to vaccinate. Sadly, the United States has over 500,000 COVID deaths, but there's a lot of positive trends happening in the pandemic numbers. The FDA is expected to approve Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for ages 12 through 15 by mid-May. Governor Baker has announced that on April 30th, masks will only be required outside in public when it's not possible to socially distance or other times based on sector-specific guidance. On May 10th, large venues such as indoor and outdoor stadiums, arenas, and ballparks, which are currently operating at only 12% capacity, can increase crowds to 25%. Amusement parks, theme parks, and outdoor water parks will be permitted to operate at 50% capacity after submitting their plans for safety to the Department of Public Health. Road races and other large outdoor organized amateur or professional group athletic events will be permitted to take place. Staggered start times are required and safety plans must be submitted at the local level. Youth and adult amateur sports tournaments will be allowed for moderate and high-risk sports. Singing will be permitted indoors with strict distancing requirements at performance venues, restaurants, event venues, and other businesses. Effective Saturday, May 29th, gathering limits will increase to 200 people indoors and 250 people outdoors for event venues, public settings, and private settings. Street festivals, parades, and agricultural festivals can operate at 50% of their previous capacity. Bars, beer gardens, breweries, wineries, and distilleries will be subject to restaurant rules with seated service only, a 90-minute limit, and no dance floors. Restaurant guidance will be updated to eliminate the requirement that food be served with alcohol and to increase the maximum table size to 10. Is this the end of COVID for Massachusetts? On August 1st, all restrictions will be lifted and capacity will increase to 100% for all industries, the Baker administration has said. The gathering limit will also be rescinded. That date could be reevaluated depending on vaccine distribution and public health at the time. Massachusetts expects to reach the goal of 4 million people vaccinated by June 1st. You can still pre-register for an appointment, but this is probably going to be unnecessary. In June, 4 mass vaccination sites will close as the state pivots to smaller local places such as pharmacies and doctors' offices. The mass vac sites will also offer walk-in vaccinations with no appointments needed. Former President Donald Trump and Melania Trump received their vaccinations back in January before leaving the White House. It was done privately. Mr. Trump said on a Fox News interview, "It's a great vaccine, it is a safe vaccine, and it is something that works. It works incredibly well. 95%, maybe even more than that. It is really saving our country, and it is saving, frankly, the world." So if you haven't had your vaccination yet, go ahead and do it. Appointments are easy to get and conveniently located. Checking sites, there are hundreds of available appointments. Some CVS pharmacies are going to offer walk-in, no appointment needed vaccinations. COVID numbers are going down and Cape Cod is heading toward a great summer season. Do you need a vaccination appointment now? Take a look at vaxfinder.mass.gov to see what appointments are available near you. Barnstable County leads the state in vaccinations. Here are the latest coronavirus numbers for area towns as of the last 2 weeks in April. Barnstable, 119 new cases, a positivity rate of 3.62%. Bourne has 47 new cases, a positivity rate of 1.88%. Falmouth has 80 new cases and a positivity rate of 3.54%. Mashpee with 33 new cases, a positivity rate of 2.94%. Plymouth has 177 new cases and a positivity rate of 3.66%. Sandwich has 52 new cases and a positivity rate of 3.57%. Wareham has 136 new cases, a positivity rate of 7.39%. Need a COVID test? Drive-through testing is available at the Barnstable County Fairgrounds in Falmouth from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays, and it's free of charge. Additional information about testing, the sites and hours and scheduling is available at barnstablecountyhealth.org. COVID tests are also available at some CVS pharmacies, including the one at the head of the Bay Road in Buzzards Bay, as well as some Walgreens, Falmouth Hospital, Cape Cod Hospital, and Toby Hospital. For area info on testing, visit barnstablecountyhealth.org. Here's an update on services. Bourne DPW asks people to position their trash and recycling barrels 3 feet apart with the handles facing away from the street. iSwim is once again offering rain barrels at a discount. To order a rain barrel at the discounted price of $79, go to greatamericanrainbarrel.com. Select your state and town to order the color of your choice. Order by May 30th and pick up on June 5th. Here's what's happening at the library. The Bulbs for Books fundraiser is back. Go to bournelibrary.org to purchase bulbs and support the library. The library is having an outdoor spring book sale on May 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The rain date is Sunday the 23rd. Book donations for the book sale will be accepted on Saturday, May 15th from 9 a.m. to noon and Sunday, May 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. For children, the library has story walks every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. in May. It's a self-guided story walk behind the library, ending with a take-home craft. On Thursdays in May, the library hosts Spring Trailblazers from 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. at Monk's Cove. It's for children, preschool, aged, and older, along with their parent or caregiver. Also on Thursdays from 10:30 to 11 a.m., it's Stroller Warriors. This group will enjoy stories and songs while exploring Nickerson Conservation Area. This group is geared for families with babies and toddlers. Each Friday at 10 a.m., swing by the library to pick up your Take and Make crafts for kids, a new craft every Friday during May. Available during curbside pickup hours beginning at 10 a.m. while supplies last. If you need more info, contact Terry Johnson, the Children's Librarian, 508-759-0600, extension 6106, or send her an email, tjohnson@bournelibrary.org. The Bourne Food Pantry accepts food donations and monetary donations. If you're sending a monetary donation, send it to Friends Food Pantry, P.O. Box 144, Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts 02532. The pantry is located at 20 Commerce Park Road in Pecasset and is open Tuesdays 9 to noon. You can call the pantry at 508-759-3351. If you're in need of Meals on Wheels, or if you can volunteer to deliver meals, please call Elder Services of Cape Cod, 508-394-4630. Here are some beautiful photos taken by area photographers showing the beauty that surrounds us. Let's take a look at the calendar. St. John the Evangelist is having a spring rummage sale Friday the 14th from 6 to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 9 to 12, located at 941 Shore Road in Pecasset. If you have some gently used clothing or domestics, you can drop it off to them on May 14th from 8 a.m. to noon. On May 15th from 11 to 3, it's the Pirate Festival at Uptuxet. You can walk the plank, dig for buried treasure, play games, and have your fortune told. Bourne's town election is May 18th, and we hope you turn out to vote. Don't forget, Saturday, May 22nd from 10 to 3 is the spring book sale held outdoors at the Bourne Library. The rain date is Sunday the 23rd. Saturday, May 22nd through Tuesday, June 1st, the National Marine Life Center's annual Feet, Fins, and Flippers 5K will be held in a remote event. Run, walk, roll, stroll, flip, skip, indoors, outdoors, from near and afar. Your efforts will save sick and injured seals and turtles. Saturday, May 22nd, it's the third annual Sea Fair at the Sandwich Glass Museum. The fair is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's an outdoor sale of marine glass. Admission is free. Choose from over 100 beautiful sea creatures. June 12th, Friends of the Food Pantry are having a craft fair at the Sagamore Inn from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. On June 19th, from 9 to 1, there's a hazardous waste collection event held at Falmouth High School. Well, thanks so much for watching this episode of the Bourne Review, and I'll see you next time.